WLVT would like to acknowledge the Kinnaman's House of Music Incorporated, located 2 miles south of Wind Gap off Sullivan Trail, and the Westgate Mall, Bethlehem, for providing the piano used on this program. Kinnaman's Pianos and Organs, a family-operated business serving families of the Lehigh Valley since 1950. Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided by the Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley. The key to success is education, and Shoemaker Cusco SAT Review, a leader in test preparation, helps open the doors to the future. Shoemaker Cusco SAT Review is proud to support Scholastic Scrimmage. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
WLVT-TV presents Scholastic Scrimmage, a weekly program featuring teams from Lehigh Valley High Schools and a contest of quick recall. Tonight's teams are from Reading Central Catholic High School and Bethlehem Catholic High School. Your host for Scholastic Scrimmage is Harry Price.
Good evening and welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage. We'll meet the teams and the coaches, then we'll begin the contest. From Reading Central Catholic High School, they're all seniors. Brett Snyder, Christine Granados, the captain is Steve Vida, Carolina Rodriguez-Ray, and the coach is Cindy Mrzeski, teacher of chemistry. From Bethlehem Catholic High School, again, all seniors, John Makitka. The captain is Frank Kachanash, Bill Neese, Rob Sisinski, and the coach is Sister Frances Jerome, Director of Audiovisual Services. Channel 39 is pleased to announce that at the conclusion of the series, after the championship contest in June, the Air Products Foundation will present a $1,500 award to the championship high school and a $750 award to the runner-up high school. Remember, the answers to the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage require rapid recall of factual information and aren't necessarily indicative of academic training. The rules for the contest are as follows. On toss-up questions, you'll be given 10 points for each correct answer, and 10 points will be deducted for an incorrect response. If you answer incorrectly, then the opposing team will have an opportunity to answer without penalty, and they'll receive 5 points for a correct answer in this situation. Of course, each correct answer to a toss-up question gives you the opportunity to answer a bonus question without penalty. Team members may confer only on the bonus questions, and the answers to these questions should be given to me by the 2 team captains. A buzzer will signal the end of the contest. If it sounds while a question is being asked, the game stops. If the buzzer goes off while you're answering, however, you will be permitted to complete your answer, but no bonus questions will be asked. Are there any questions? If not, we'll begin with our first toss-up. We're preparing for a 15-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. For 10 points, in what state is the following natural feature located? Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is in the state of Washington. It's in western Washington. Again, toss-up, going for a 10-point bonus. This time, toss-up, multiple choice. The Snopes family appears in many of the books of which one of the following authors? Again, the Snopes family. Is it Ernest Hemingway, William Faulkner, John Steinbeck, or Thomas Wolfe? It's Reading. Steve.
William Faulkner.
You are correct. Faulkner also wrote about the Sartorius family, the Campion family, McCaslin families, all of Yokna-Patafa County in Mississippi. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer, Steve, for you and the team. What term, beginning with the letter C, describes a literary device in which individual qualities are distorted or enlarged to create a comic or satiric effect? Steve.
Caricature.
Correct. Toss up. This time we're looking again at a 10-point bonus. What sort of symmetry is exhibited by a jellyfish? Becca, Frank.
Radial.
Correct. They're solenterates. They have radial symmetry. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer, Frank, for you and the team. Frank, you give me the answer. What are the names of the 4 most common halogens? Frank?
Fluorine, chlorine, iodine, and bromine.
Correct. And astatine is the 5th member of that group. Going for a 10-point bonus. You might want to write this down. How long is the altitude of an isosceles trapezoid? An altitude of an isosceles trapezoid whose sides are 13, 9, 13, and 19 units long. Becca, Frank.
12.
Correct. Bonus, Frank, for you and the team, 10-pointer. This is going to be on the monitor. Given AOB is a diameter and C is a point on the circle, if angle A is equal to 50 degrees, what is the degree measure of minor arc AC? Frank.
80.
Correct. Again, looking at a 10-point bonus. Toss up. Who was the Siberian peasant whose influence at the court of Nicholas II helped bring about the Russian Revolution? Reading. Christine.
Rasputin.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Steve. The ruling dynasty of Russia preceding the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917 was what dynasty? Steve.
Romanov.
Correct. Toss-up, multiple choice, going for a 10-pointer. Give the definition of candid, C-A-N-D-I-D, from the following. Does it mean quick, hidden, impartial, or harsh? Becca, Frank.
Impartial.
Correct. It means impartial or fair. Bonus 10-pointer. The bases are loaded, and the next batter cracks a home run. What's the special name for this type of homer? Frank?
Grand slam.
Correct again. Toss-up on the monitor. It's in art. This crank-driven construction being shown there on the monitor was done by Alexander Calder in 1931 and gave a new word to the world for a piece of structure that moves. What did Calder call this type of work? Alexander Calder was noted for his mobiles. Mobile. Here's your toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. What's the coordination number of each atom in a simple cubic array? That's chemistry, and the answer would be 6 is the coordination number. Toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. In 1983, he became the first black mayor of Chicago. And he easily, that's Reading, Steve.
Harold Washington.
Correct, and he easily won re-election in April 1987. I wanted you to give me the name of the very popular Chicago mayor who died of a heart attack this past December 1987. Harold Washington is the correct answer in your bonus, Steve, for you and the team. I'm going to identify government posts previously held by 2 Republican candidates for 1988 Republican nomination who have dropped out of the race. For 5 points each, I want you to identify the 2 candidates. And the first candidate was U.S. Secretary of State. Steve.
Alexander Haig.
Correct. The second candidate was Governor of Delaware. Steve.
DuPont.
DuPont. Pete DuPont, Pierre DuPont is correct. Going for a 10-point bonus toss-up. What was O. Henry's real name? Frank. Becca.
Sidney Porter.
May we have that again?
Porter.
Will you accept, judges? It was William Sidney Porter, and the judges will accept it. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer in history. Name an early American theologian whose sermons, Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God, set forth Puritan doctrine in very strong terms. Frank?
Jonathan Edwards.
Correct. One of America's greatest theologians, 18th century. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up. If 4 honest coins are tossed, what is the probability that all 4 will turn up heads? Becca, Frank.
1/16.
Correct. It's 1/2 to the 4th power. Bonus 10-pointer. It's going to be on the monitor for Becca. Which is larger, 3 root 5 or 5 root 3? Frank?
3 root of 5.
No, it's 5 root 3. 3 root 5 is about 6.7, and 5 root 3 is about 8.6. Here's your toss-up, going for a 10-point bonus. Identify the United States president during whose campaign this slogan was used. A chicken in every pot, a car in every... Becca, John.
Herbert Hoover.
Correct. A chicken in every pot, a car in every garage. Campaign of 1928 for Hoover. Bonus 10-pointer. For 5 points each, name the states in which these presidents were governors. Both Roosevelts. Frank?
New York.
Correct. William McKinley. Frank?
Washington.
That would be Ohio. William McKinley was the governor of Ohio. Got 5 out of 10. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss-ups, multiple choice. According to traditional grammar, the sentence, and listen carefully on this, sticks and stones may break my bones, does not contain which one of the following? A direct object, a compound subject, an indirect object, or a verb phrase. Reading, Brett.
Indirect object.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Steve. The following food bonus, again, is worth 5 points apiece. You got 2 parts. In 2 words, what is botulism? Steve?
Food poisoning.
Correct. From what country does shish kebab come?
India.
Steve?
India.
That would be Turkey. Turkey. 5 out of 10 for your team, Steve. Here's your toss-up, multiple choice, looking at a 10-point bonus. Which one of the following does not affect the volume of a gas? Would it be temperature of the gas? The number of molecules of the gas? The shape?
Number of
Becca, John.
Number of molecules.
Incorrect. I'm going to read it for Reading Central. It is a toss-up, so don't confer. Which one of the following does not affect the volume of a gas? Temperature of the gas, the number of molecules of the gas, the shape of the container of the gas, or the pressure exerted on the gas? Brett.
Shape of the container.
Correct, Brett. Here's your bonus. You got 5 on the rebound, Steve. 2 forces, each of magnitude 10 newtons, act on the same object. Find the magnitude of the resultant force in newtons under the following circumstances. First circumstance, the 2 forces act in the same direction. Steve?
20 newtons.
Correct. The 2 forces act at right angles to one another. A little too late. It would be 10 root 2. 10 root 2 newtons, and you got 5 points for one of the 2 parts correct. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up. In September of 1935, Carl Weiss assassinated Huey Long in this southern city. Name the city. Huey Long was a very famous politician in the mid-30s. At the time, he was a U.S. Senator when he was assassinated, and he was assassinated in the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Toss up. Give me the exact title of the novel for which Thornton Wilder won a Pulitzer Prize for fiction. It would be The Bridge of San Luis Rey, which won the prize in 1928. He also got a couple of prizes for plays, Our Town, one of them. Here's your toss-up. What oceanographic terms refer to the ratio, I should say what oceanographic term, singular, refers to the ratio of the weight of dry minerals to the total weight of a sample of seawater? Becca, Frank.
Salinity.
Correct, Frank. Bonus 10-pointer. I'm going to give short names or abbreviations for 2 recent engineering or scientific developments for 5 points each. Tell me what they are or what they do. First one, Jarvik 7. Frank?
Artificial heart.
Correct. GUTs. Frank?
Liposuctions.
No, incorrect. Grand unified theories of forces in the early universe. Grand unified theories. Here's your toss-up. Going for a 10-pointer. And I want you to write this down. In the coordinate plane, what is the distance between the point P, which has coordinates -1, -3? Again, P has coordinates -1, -3. I want to know its distance from the point Q, which has coordinates 4, 9. Reading, Brett.
No response.
No response. Over to Becca. I've read the question. Frank?
13.
13 units is correct. Got 5 on the rebound, Frank, for the team. I'm going to define 2 standard mathematical terms, and for 5 points apiece, I want you to identify the exact one-word terms. Here's the first one. In the standard quadratic formula, the expression b squared minus 4ac. Frank?
Discriminant.
Correct. The multiplicative inverse of a number. Frank?
Reciprocal.
Correct again. You've got your 10. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss-up. What 2 nations are divided roughly by the 49th parallel? Becca, Bill.
North and South Korea.
Incorrect. Over to Reading. Steve.
The United States and Canada.
United States and Canada are correct. And I think North and South Korea, Bill, are, what's that, the 38th parallel? Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. The state capital is the 3rd smallest in population, but it's the largest city in the U.S. in area. For 10 points, which one of the following cities am I talking about? Is it Juneau, Pierre, Carson City, or Tallahassee?
Maybe Carson City.
Sorry, Steve. The buzzer rang. It would be Juneau, Alaska. It actually covers, and this is unbelievable, 3,108 square miles. Going for a 10-pointer. Bonus, toss-up multiple choice. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Is a famous line from which one of the following Shakespearean plays? It's Becca, Frank.
Macbeth.
It is from Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 1. Here's your bonus 10-pointer, Frank. What's the title of the book written by Puritan John Bunyan during his imprisonment for unlawful preaching? John Bunyan was a 17th century Englishman. He wrote Pilgrim's Progress while he was in prison. Here's your toss-up. It's a listening toss-up, and I want you to listen to the excerpt. We've just heard an excerpt from the opera overture, I should say, Rienzi, composed and first performed in 1842. For 10 points, and from the following, I want you to name its German composer. Was it Bach, Beethoven, Handel, or Wagner? That's Reading, Steve.
Wagner.
Correct. Richard Wagner. Bonus 10-pointer, Steve. In what city is the Eastman School of Music located?
New York.
Steve?
New York.
I said in
New
what
York City.
Okay, he said, okay, New York City, I'm sorry. It would be, again, city, and it's Rochester, New York. I thought you might have heard state instead of city. Here's your toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. The 1988 Winter Olympics were held in Calgary. For 10 points, in what Canadian province is Calgary located? Becca, Rob.
Alberta.
Correct. And your bonus, a 10-pointer, Frank. In February 1988, the Senate confirmed Judge Anthony Kennedy as an Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. For 5 points each, give me the names of the 2 nominees who preceded Judge Kennedy, but who did not win confirmation. Frank?
Bork and Ginsburg.
Robert Bork and Douglas Ginsburg. Correct. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss-up. I'm going to give you a precise definition, and for 10 points, I want you to give me the phrase from mythology or ancient history. Something given with a treacherous purpose. Reading, Brett.
Pandora's Box.
Incorrect. Over to Becca. It's a toss-up. Bill?
Trojan Horse.
Incorrect. We're not going to take that. I said I want to give you a definition. You give me the phrase from mythology or ancient history. You're on the right track, Rob. There is no, or Bill. No doubt about that, because it does refer to the Trojan Horse affair. It's beware of Greeks bearing gifts. Greek gifts is what we were seeking. Here's your toss-up. Of all the United States, which state has the most electoral votes? Becca, Frank.
California.
With 47 out of a total 538. Here's your bonus. The Shah al-Arab flows into the northern end of the Persian Gulf. For 5 points each, name the two rivers which join to form the Shatt al-Arab. Frank?
Tigris and Euphrates.
Correct. Going for a 10-point bonus toss-up. For 10 points, no correcting yourself once you've begun, I want you to spell a word here that means body of troops, battalion. Becca, Frank?
B-A-T-T-A-L-I-O-N.
Correct. Here's your bonus, 10-pointer, Frank, for you and the team. 5 points apiece again. I want you to name the wars during which the following Hemingway novels took place. The first one is A Farewell to Arms. Frank?
Spanish Civil War.
Incorrect. Second one, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Frank?
Spanish Civil War.
Yes, you are correct on that one. 1937. And the first one was World War I. World War I. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. If the molecular mass of H2 is 2, and that of O2 is 32, what's the molecular mass of H2O? Becca, Rob?
18.
Correct, Rob. Bonus 10-pointer. Drinking alcohol is certainly one of the major problems confronting American teenagers today. The withdrawal symptoms of an alcoholic sometimes include hallucinations and trembling of the body. These are often referred to as DTs. For 10 points, give me the exact two-word Latin phrase whose initials are DT. Frank?
Delirium tremors.
Judges? Incorrect. It's delirium tremens. T-R-E-M-E-N-S. You put an E-R-S on the end, Frank. I'm going for a 10-point bonus toss-up. It's on the monitor. I want to know what the value of that quantity is. That's the quantity 197 plus 197 times 50. Becca, Rob?
1,700.
Incorrect. Over to Reading. Steve?
19,700.
Correct, Steve. Here's your bonus, 10-pointer, 5 on the rebound. Again, it's a mathematical question. It's a bonus question, however. The length of each side of a rhombus, use your pencil and paper, the length of each side of a rhombus is 10 feet. And two adjacent angles within the rhombus are 30 degrees and 150 degrees. For 10 points, what's the area of the rhombus in square feet? No response. It would be 50 square feet. You just drop an altitude from one of the vertices, trapping that 30-degree angle, and you have 30, 60, 90. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. Tell me, by what other name do we know the National Prohibition Act of 1919? I do not want the Constitution Amendment number. It was called the Volstead Act. It was named after Andrew Volstead, a United States congressman from Minnesota, and it provided an interpretation of the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. Toss up. How many standard cups are there in 1 gallon? Reading, Steve?
16.
Correct, Steve. Bonus. Each question worth 5 points. Here's your first one. What is the colored part of the eye called?
Iris.
Steve?
The iris.
Correct. This is a little offbeat, but who was Pinocchio's father?
Geppetto.
Steve?
Geppetto.
Correct again. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. There are two main branches, or fundamental divisions of the Islamic faith. I want you to name them. They are the Shiites and the Sunnites. Another toss-up. In the world of commerce, for exactly what 3 words do the initials FOB stand? It's free on board. Toss-up. Australia consists of how many states? Reading, Steve?
1.
Incorrect. Over to Becca. Frank?
4.
Not 4. 6. New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and Western Australia, plus 2 territories. Another toss-up. It's multiple choice. I want you to give me the definition of rectitude, R-E-C-T-I-T-U-D-E, from the following. Does it mean austerity, pride, honesty, or inflexibility? Reading, Carolina.
Austerity.
Incorrect. Over to Becca. John?
D.
D was inflexibility. That was the fourth I gave. It's honesty, rightness, correctness is rectitude. Another toss-up. Name the river into which the Pecos River flows. Becca, Rob.
Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande. It rises in north-central New Mexico and flows generally southeast for almost 1,000 miles to the Rio Grande. Name the 6 states as a bonus. Name the 6 states, Becca, bordering the state of Pennsylvania.
I'll just go slow. Okay.
Frank.
New Jersey, New York, Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware.
Correct. Here's your toss-up. The NRC, or Nuclear Regulatory Commission, is a federal agency responsible for the regulation of peaceful uses of nuclear power. For 10 points, give me the exact 3-word name of the former agency from which the Nuclear Regulatory Commission took over. Okay, I'm reading the question. It's a toss-up. The buzzer is sounded. The final score is 200 for Bethlehem Catholic High School and 85 for Reading Central Catholic High School. Well, Reading Central, you did an excellent job getting to the 3rd round. You're all seniors. We're going to wish you luck at college. I know you've all gotten into excellent institutions. We do wish you luck there. Becca, we congratulate you fellas. We're going to see you back here again in a semifinal contest, and you're going to meet William Allen High School of Allentown in that semifinal contest in late May. Next week, we're going to have students from Parkland High Schools and Penargil High School. Those 2 teams will meet in a 3rd round contest to see who's going on to the other semifinal contest. This is Harry Price. Thank you for being with us, and good night.
Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided by the Air Products Foundation. The foundation is incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley. The key to success is education, and Shoemaker Cusco SAT Review, a leader in test preparation, helps open the doors to the future. Shoemaker Cusco SAT Review is proud to support Scholastic Scrimmage. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
WLVT-TV presents Scholastic Scrimmage, a weekly program.